with getting the Bad Batch trailer, it reminded me that we still don't know who took Grogu from the Jedi Temple when he was young. Now, I am thinking, it's just a theory of mine, that the Bad Batch were, maybe hired to take Grogu and hide him from the Jedi Temple, saying because of all the things that were happening, maybe they didn't have their inhibitor chips with them. The thing is, they could have had their inhibitor chips, or they could, because they were clones, but maybe they didn't because they were unique and they were just like, what, who cares? But it's a very good chance, a very good possibility that the Emperor told them to go and kill Grogu, and because they were unique, they had special powers, they were stronger than other clones, so there was definitely a good chance for the Emperor to assign them on a special mission, because Grogu may have been stronger in the Force than other younglings and Padawans at the time, because of all the potential that him and Yoda's species have together. And this, and what I think could happen is that the Bad Batch, the members, all of them, they still have their inhibitor chips on them, but they meet someone, maybe Ahsoka, who gets their inhibitor chips out of them, and they find somewhere to hide Grogu. Or they complete their job, as was Tarkin is telling them in the trailer for the Bad Batch. And that is how Grogu's memories become dark, and that's why Ahsoka says it in not of a good tone, because maybe the Bad Batch were successful into delivering Grogu to Emperor Palpatine. But the more I think about it, the more I think that this could be true, and what we could see from the Bad Batch, and what we saw from the trailer. We saw reminiscences, and we saw Order 66 still happening with these clones, and they were with the other clones who executed Order 66. So, and as well as they were on the good side of Tarkin, which he is evil. So maybe they were, like I said, hired for a special job to take care of Grogu. And I believe I saw a report that we shouldn't be surprised if we see Baby Yoda in the Bad Batch show. So it goes along with that, and as well as Grogu being a new character in the Star Wars universe, relatively new, about a year into it, and us finding out his origins pretty recently in episode 5 of The Mandalorian, and just finding out his name. I would say there is a very good chance that the Bad Batch were hired to at least deliver, and maybe not kill, but deliver some younglings that Palpatine could eventually turn to the dark side and have as maybe like a backup apprentice, because Palpatine saw that Grogu could use the dark side and the light side, and he wanted him to use the dark side more and more, and that's why he probably didn't kill him, along maybe with other younglings who harness the dark side and have lots of potential similar to Anakin. And he had given this, I don't know if he had given this assignment to the Bad Batch members before or after he saw Anakin become Vader, but very could have been before and after, or it could have been after, because of him finding out that Anakin had burned. He could have called the Bad Batch or something like that and tell them, put Grogu, bring him to Mustafar. And I don't know, we've seen a similar thing happen in the Clone Wars when we saw Palpatine and him trying to influence younglings to the dark side. So it's a very good possibility that the Bad Batch were hired to do this. But this is just a theory of mine. It would be interesting to see what the Bad Batch do, if they do have their inhibitor chips or if they don't, It would be interesting to see how Vader or Palpatine has a role in what telling them to do, perhaps, or them being against them or being with them. I'm very eager to see the show. It's one of the, out of the many shows that we are going to be getting, this is one of the ones that I am most excited to see, and I cannot wait for it. But in the meantime, remember, the Force will be with you always.